I need to play it a little more. I need to play the
I gotta do it
the
this
plus
week.
games a little bit though.
Not me. I fucking knocked this out early on. I'm really happy about that. I mean, I have played the shit out of Friday the 13th. I'm borderline an expert at it.
Okay.
Just saying.
Honestly, I've been playing Brave Exvius for a couple of years, and I don't think I could call myself an expert on that. So
Well, that's just numbers. That's not.
it's a lot of fucking numbers.
I if you got a pretty good ratio of winning in a game and you can pretty much answer almost any question on it, I would say most people are an expert at that game.
Okay, well, I could probably do that. But if you ask me how to do certain things, I'd probably be like, maybe like this.
Yeah. I'm an expert at fucking Laser League too. Fucking don't play it. That's my expert advice.
Well, I mean, by that rationale, you're an expert at fucking Drawn to Death. Or
I am, because I have the best insight in the world on that game. It's a piece of fucking garbage. If you're playing it, you're fucking doing yourself a disservice as a human. We came this far in our evolution for us to be playing that fucking garbage. Don't fucking betray your lineage fucking playing that game. You're betraying everyone who ever came before you.
Ooh.
By playing that. You know what they went throughout all of history? All the plague, all the death, all the fucking war. Just to have somebody like you sitting there and playing that fucking piece of trash.
This is where the meme of flashbacks of World War II happened in my head. I just stare off in the distance, just. Ugh.
And this is what we do before we record episodes.
I don't know what you're talking about. No one's gonna see this.
That's not true.
It might, maybe. I can make it happen.
It depends on how inspired Seth is.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Ready? 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 I'm ready? Okay. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of That's Not the Right Show. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 79 of the Tasty Cast, our weekly podcast where we talk about things, react to things, do a bunch of random shit. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Chris.
And a quick reminder, Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out very soon. I know you needed reminded on that, but also, if you have time, make sure to play Friday the 13th, the game, and Laser League, both are for free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to download those, play those, and come back at the end of the month, which is very soon, for Plus Club, and we will talk about our opinions on those games. Let us know yours. I also apologize, I'm a little hungover still, so like I'm struggling fucking making words right now. But also, game of the month is Secret World Legends. Make sure to play that as well. It's free to play, so you got nothing to lose to play that. Come back as well for game of the month. We'll talk about that. Let us know what you thought of that. And we're on podcast platforms, iTunes and Spotify, other things like that. Links down below if you prefer to listen to us. And if you're listening to us and you want to watch us, come to YouTube at Tasty Loot Gaming and you can watch us. We also have a Discord link down below if you'd like to talk to us anytime, all the time. Got a couple new people in there recently. So welcome to that. And we are slowly approaching 1,000 subs, 1,000 subscribers, which is insane. And it is slow but steady. So we will be getting there, I would say, probably within a month. So for anyone who doesn't know, we're going to be doing a 24-hour stream when that happens. So spread the word, get that up if you want. I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do, but we would appreciate it. Very exciting for us and for everybody who is slowly but surely joining the community. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoy talking about games because we sure don't. We're just faking this. We're like outside of this, we're like, I hate video games, dude. This is getting fucking old. Why do we keep talking about this shit? Anyway, it's Tasty Cast, so we're talking about what we've been playing. I'm dying to know what Chevy's been playing. All the games. He's been a very busy boy. There's so many games that are coming out this month, and he's been playing all of them.
No.
Good guess.
I was pretty occupied most of the week, so I didn't get to play anything until yesterday. So I borrowed Soul Calibur from you, and that's what I've been playing. So Soul Calibur 6.
Showy's been playing the game of creeping down the hallway, knocking on my door, and asking me what games I got. Got any more games in there? I'm like, yeah, I got a lot.
Honestly, I haven't been able to afford to buy them. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing.
Man. I got the whole collection, the whole PS4 collection, dude.
Wow,
What
I
you
don't know
want?
about that, but
I got a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, playing Soul Calibur 6. It's been a while since I actually like had to dive into a fighting game. I mean, I even bought like Dragon Ball Fighters, and I played that for a little bit, but it doesn't have.
5 minutes.
Oh, I played it for about a day, but the one thing I really hate that became a trend in fighting games, even in the resurgence, is a lot of them kind of lack like an ability to play the single player outside of like training or like mini little challenges and stuff like that. So I am glad when something like a Mortal Kombat comes out, or in this case Soul Calibur 6, which does have a lot of like potential for both single and multiplayer ability. So I want to give him a lot of credit for that.
I really appreciate it's easy. Well, coming from a guy who's never made a fucking video game in his life. I made a couple little ones, but they don't count. But fuck yeah, I've never made a game like Soul Calibur or any other game like that. So I'm assuming it's pretty easy for people who are seasoned vets in that to make like a game where you can fight each other. But when they put so much emphasis into the multiplayer, but also into the single player, it's awesome because I've felt kind of in the last like I don't know 8 years that not Soul Calibur, fighting games in general kind of peaked a little bit in what they could offer. So to see that people are putting more work into their single players, everyone across the board is doing it. I guess Street Fighter does. I don't know if it's good or not, but I think they've put effort into their single player. Mortal Kombat's at the fucking bar, and I don't think most people have even met it still. But like Soul Calibur's always been really well known for like content unlocks, like a lot of shit to unlock, just like Mortal Kombat. So it's cool to see Soul Calibur joining like 2018 in that regard and making 2 single players, which is crazy.
Yeah. So you have your normal single player, which is essentially, you go through the story of the game, and then as you do that, you travel time-wise through different time periods, and then as you go through that, it unlocks people's individual stories at certain time point or certain years. So after you beat the entirety of the main story, all of a sudden every character on the list will have their individual stories at certain points as well, so you can get these little filler things of what these people were doing at what times and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's kind of neat because there's a story of Soul Calibur that's been around forever, and a lot of people actually don't follow it as much as I assume they would. But this game is pretty much following the exact same storyline, at least in the beginning. I've played the game a little bit too. Not a whole lot. You've played way more than I have. But it's cool because they actually are following the same storyline that it did before. They're just doing it again, but in a better way. They're actually telling you the story, not just making you go and read certain things.
Right.
But it's cool too that as they're following that storyline again in a reimagined way, you have like people who are not as big of players in that story still getting like a little chunk in the timeline. It's cool to have that visual representation of the saga that is Soul Calibur. They always talk about fucking the legacy of it and shit. So it's cool to get those, like, this was back in like whatever AD, and then this was later in the storyline. This happened with this character. It's kind of cool the way they did it.
Well, it's funny too because I'm going to try to be vague just in case someone does care enough about the storyline. But
I do.
There is a
Let's
point.
start with that.
Well, and that's fine. I'm not going to tell the main story so much. I just have to tell a little bit of it so I can tell
Keelik's in it.
how people get involved
Like he's not
in
in
the
it
story.
at all.
So the entire
Barely involved.
story of Soul Calibur essentially is people who are connected by fate to the swords, Soul Calibur, Soul Edge.
Eternally retold.
Yeah. Well, pretty much. So, in the beginning of the game, which Seth should have seen this part, it tells essentially how Siegfried got Soul Edge, I believe, and then there was a fight between him and Sophia, right? Because it's not Cassandra's later. Sorry, I'm bad with names. And then she ends up winning, but shattering one of the blade, and parts of it go into her. And then
You're talking about Cervantes, not Siegfried. He comes in later.
Cervantes, yes. And then Taki shows up, defeats Cervantes, and then they go away. So there's shards of one of the swords all over the place. And so even in the main story of this game, if your character, like for example, to use Talum as an example, she's not in the main story at all. But it does show how she is connected to the sword in her storyline as well, because those shards play a huge part in that as well.
Because there's an event that happened in the world, and a lot of people were affected by it.
Yes.
So
and I think she's kind of a fun example of like she's just this small little village out in the middle of nowhere, and even she gets affected by it in a way. So it's really neat the way they kind of connect all that. The only thing I think is weird is the guy with the scythe.
Zos Lamel.
Yeah, his storyline. You don't fight. You literally just listen to him talk for 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters or something like that.
Damn.
It's really weird.
Oh my, he's a
Yeah.
mouthy man.
I just think
He's got a lot to say.
really funny that there's a character that's in the game that you can use to fight with, and his entire storyline, you don't fight.
It's really bizarre.
So yeah, it's weird. So
Because
unless
some of the
something
stuff
unlocks
too,
later-
like the stories were like really long. I was like, wow, this is actually like, and I wasn't bored because I love Soul Calibur, so and I like the lore. So hearing about it, like actually voice acted, was really fucking neat.
so they need
but-
better writers.
But yeah, some of the stuff, but but I mean, it's just translated over, so
Yeah.
you know. But it is kind of cool. But it's interesting because like some of the times like I was like watching for a while and then I'd do like one little fight and it's really easy, and then I'd go back into the story and there's a whole mode where you can just fight people if you're not into that. So,
Yeah.
but it is really interesting how much focus they put into the story.
For sure.
Because I was just like, wow, they're actually going all out. They're actually telling you how this goes. You don't have to go look at, well, I was about to say go look in the book, but that's I'm old. Fucking we used to have books that came with the games. If you look in the case of a modern day game, you open it up and there's these 2 ancient relics in there. They're these little plastic things and they look like they could potentially hold something. You might be thinking, what are these fucking things for? Well, back in the day, they put a book in there.
User manual.
Yeah,
Sometimes art books.
yeah, a bunch of stuff. Later, they became just user manuals, and you look in that, and it's like, this is how PS4 works. I'm like, thanks, asshole. Fucking, they got rid of those.
Oh, advertisements as well.
Or an advertisement, pre-order, fucking bullshit. And I'm like, woo! But before, you look in there, and you'd be reading about Mario and his fucking plumber past and shit, and all sorts of shit. That's what those. It's like if you're up in the mountains and you find like an old I forgot what they're called, but the things that mountain climbers have nailed into the rock wall.
Oh, I don't
There's
know.
ancient ones that are rusted. It's like that when you look inside of a case. You're finding those relics of the past. All the kids are like, what are these? Or like when you look at Converse and they got the little fucking metal holes. And people are like, what the fuck are those for? You put the shoelaces through those because they used to be sports shoes. We don't use those anymore. Anyway, you were talking about something. Soul Calibur.
Yeah, so I mean that's essentially the one single player mode. The other one is probably going to say this wrong, but I think it's Libra of Souls,
Yeah.
and you make your own character. And you get an entire map, and you play through its own story, but it also has the ability for you to just explore, get random encounters, do side missions, find new gear, level up.
Yeah.
So it's
Legit.
It's kind of like playing a board game / RPG that has moments where you actually get to fight people and stuff like that. So it's a really neat system. It also has food you can eat that you can use for one fight, boost stats, stuff like that. So very cool. A lot of longevity. I was looking at the achievements, and yeah, that mode is meant to be played for a long.
Yeah, that's what IGN
fucking
was saying.
time.
They said that the single player is designed for you to be playing it for like, because in a lot of fighting games back in the day, you do like the story, which is like pretty much just 10 matches, and at the end you'd get your last, like you beat it with that guy, and he says like a sentence, "You'll never fight again,"
Or
and that's the
Tekken, you get the
storyline.
5-second.
Oh, I
CG
love
thing.
those though. Those
Yeah.
are my favorite. Is fucking the panda in the ramen house, just and some crazy zany shit's happening. I always
Right.
watch this back. This is dope. But yeah, so it's cool that not only did they make like a cohesive storyline that you can play through, but now there's like, if you're not interested in fighting people or fighting your friends, just kind of like fighting against computer, now you have like
Full
a chunk
game.
of game.
Yeah.
There's a game you can play now with like, you know, content and fucking leveling up and shit. Like I'm actually really excited to dive into that. I made a character. I made Guts from Berserk, and then I just quit.
Yeah, I made a samurai. Imagine that, and then I made a second character that's an angel. I can't remember what weapon I got.
Yeah, there's different like races. There's like angels and demons
There's
and
like
fucking all sorts of weird shit. Alien.
10 or 12 races in the game.
Yeah, and
species,
and
I should say.
customization changes based off what race you pick and stuff.
Yeah, you can be
Chris is
a
lost.
human, you can be like an elf, you can be an
what game
angel,
talking
you
about?
can be a demon. There's like stone golems, there's automations, God, I can't even say it, which are essentially like dolls. There's the lizard people. There's skeletons. There's
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I got a lot of characters I want to make now.
the infected people from the evil seed or whatever, and there's 3 stages of it or whatever.
Yeah, you can change their voice to modulate it.
It's
so
crazy.
Like, "Wah!"
Yeah, so the customization stuff is very robust, which is nice. The only complaint
I saw a guy make
have,
a magic carp.
I've seen a bunch of crazy things on Twitter, like
Yeah,
the main
there's
character from Kill la Kill.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling you about it already, but there's a gif on Twitter of a dude who, there's a move, I think it's Yoshimitsu, it would only make sense, otherwise it'd be Valdo who would be doing this, but there's a move where he leans back and he gets on his, he has his hands behind him, so he's pretty much making himself into a table, but it's a move where he does that and he bounces forward. Someone had made these samurai pants when he bends backwards like that, made it look like a fish. So he'd get in that position, start jumping forward, and his clothes made him, and they had painted eyes on it and everything. It looked like a magic carp jumping forward. And I was like, and it was like the first day the fucking game came out. I'm like, that guy had something inspired him instantly. He's like, I fucking figured it out.
I made a disgusting demon wearing a lot of bright pink and green with a very pointy cock piece as Valdo, and I sent that to Chris, but he didn't reply, so apparently I offended him.
Fucked him up.
I got it, but I was asleep. I woke up and I was like, why is this crotch pink?
Yeah, that's a very good question. If I was ever presented in a situation where I saw that, I would ask that exact same question.
Very ugly dude trying to be very pretty, all right?
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those in the world.
But anyways, I have mostly nothing but good things to say.
What are you sipping on? What is that?
My biggest...
Sorry.
A cherry and lime Ricky.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Is it good?
It's all right.
Give it a grade.
The B?
Okay.
That's pretty good.
You always grade high, though. Everything. He's always like, it's okay. It's a B+. Like, that's pretty decent. I'd be giving it something okay, like a D+ or C-.
Yeah, if I was like, it's all right. Okay is a C.
It's like, I didn't like the game, but it's an A-. I mean... Anyway,
the only thing I don't like about the game is and it's a fighting game problem. It's not a Soul Calibur problem. Is the characters behind DLC and then customization stuff for the created characters.
That's the thing in fighting games right now, though. That I really want to, especially when you got bigger companies finally, like they're at the end of that whole like, what can we get out of people? Now they're going like, we want to keep the community together. Here's free content, and fighting games are just kind of entering that realm. Where like we can sell them characters like one a piece. Eventually, they're gonna be giving them out like they should be, but it's a weird place right now for fighting games.
Yeah, it hurts me not to be able to play Tira. So,
Jess, pony up the dough, dog.
I got no fucking money, or I'd have bought the game myself instead of borrowing yours.
Hand over the card, then you can get all that sweet content.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I've been playing. So,
fair. I'm gonna jump in then and segue, because I also played Soul Calibur 6, not near this much. I barely played it, honestly. I only played Keelik. I played the storyline or story mode for a little bit, really enjoyed it, was impressed by it. There's one line he said something that sounded really dumb, and the voice acting was bad. It was only once, so that's pretty good. I expect bad voice acting in a fighting game. But all these events that I know of that happen in Soul Calibur, seeing them voice acted out is really neat. I always heard about Keelik, like, at his when the event happens and everyone turned into essentially monsters. I'd always read about that, but it was
Malfested or whatever.
It was cool that they even. I knew where it was going too. As soon as like he had this girl that he trained with, and she was like a sister, and I was like, yeah, that's not a good. That's not a good starting point, because I know what happens there. So it was cool to get that played out.
Had a sister.
Yeah. It's like telling the story. I'm like, well, she's gonna fucking die. But spoiler alert. But it's pretty cool. Like I said, I barely started the Libra Souls thing. It's funny too. I had full intentions of playing it, and then when I looked at the map and saw what I was getting into, I'm like, I don't got time for that right now. Because I'm like, that's actually like a game.
It is.
I thought I was gonna hop in and hit some people with a stick and then leave. But I was like, oh shit, I got to make a character and I got to start doing side quests and shit. So I've barely played the game. I really want to play it, but sadly, and a lot of people probably won't relate to this, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is doing 2 times XP weekend, which is typical of these types of games. So I've been trying to just fucking level up like a madman. So I've been playing that mostly. That's the other game I've been playing. pretty much all week has been Black Ops 4. Been playing a little bit with Wade, played a little bit with Josh, kind of, Cody a little bit. He was supposed to play with me today. Fucking, he's, of course, not somewhere. I don't know. Hopefully you're alive, Cody. He's very elusive. He's always like, yeah, let's play. And then I just never hear from him for like a week. I'm like, all right. But yeah, that game is still really good. The hype is real. If you've been hearing people say positive things about this, I think it was either GameSpot or IGN. They always rate Call of Duty high anyway, like everybody else. But they're like, it was like a editor. It's like a specific person. Their piece on it was like, this is the game that brought me back to Call of Duty. So it's good to hear because it's gotten a bad rap for so long, and I've played most of them. There are some shitty ones, but this one definitely is really good. So it is cool to hear people saying that they are coming back to it. They just released the Black Market. Which is essentially a season in any other type of game. For 2 months, you're going to have access to 200 unlocks, which is insane. In 2 months, they're going to have new ones. And every 2 months, they're going to have new seasons with a bunch of shit to unlock. You unlock, I believe, based off minutes invested in the game. I know that's how the when you play... Blackout, which is their Battle Royale mode, it's based off the minutes you have in match, which will... level you up and get the unlocks, but it also works in multiplayer, which is great because I've been playing mostly multiplayer. I think I'm like level 6 or 7 in the season right now. There's 200 levels, like I said, so there's a shitload of stuff to unlock. And on top of that, they're doing a Halloween event, which is also part of that season. It's a second tier, and I think that only goes to like level 10 though. It's seasonal, so they're not expecting you to do 200 fucking levels of that. But I've already unlocked. Their emotes are impressive. They're fully like mocapped or whatever. They have props and stuff. So like one I just unlocked, he pulls out like a pumpkin bucket and he takes candy, he starts throwing it all over the place. And there's another one I unlocked where he pulls out a phone and he starts taking fucking selfies and shit. But I was also, me and Wade were talking about this. I was like, when the fuck am I gonna use these though? This is Call of Duty. I don't got time to be fucking doing an emote. As soon as I go to initiate it, someone's gonna come and go and just kill me. Like. And if I kill someone, I can't run over to them and be like, selfie. As soon as I go to do that, I'm going to be dead. So
yeah, but someone's going to get it, and they're going to put it on some highlight reel somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
And it's going to piss everyone off. Because like, yeah, they did it. They nailed it. They killed me, and then they didn't get killed when they did their emote. So yeah, that on top of already the fucking near seeming endless amounts of fucking unlocks in that game is built for longevity. They want to keep people in that game, and so far I've been playing nonstop, especially with that 2 times EXP right now, or XP, to promote the Black Market coming out. It's been real easy. I feel like it's feeling closer to it's still Call of Duty, absolutely, but it's starting to feel closer to games of service. Like everything's kind of going. Mm-hmm. It has that like we're going to be constantly updating this game and giving you shit to do all the time, reasons to log in all the time, and I'm just like, fuck. Every game's going to be that soon. They're all just going to have incentive to log in. They're all going to be MMOs. Every fucking game ever. So not only is there too many games out specifically this month, but now they all are just like never leave. Well, I don't want you to leave this game ever again. I'm like, okay, but I got all those other games I want to fucking play. They're saying the same thing. You know how much shit there is to do in Assassin's Creed? I don't got time. Fucking Forza Horizon 4, dude. There's so many cars. They got events too. Anyway, been playing that. Very fun. And I've prestiged once, so I'm getting up there. Josh, where you at, motherfucker? He's level 29. I asked him, I was like, hey, dude, why aren't you taking advantage of the XP right now, double XP? He's like, oh, I played last night, and I'll be playing when everybody's asleep. I was like, okay, is that when am I sleeping, motherfucker?
He's always playing Soul Calibur when
I know.
So
he's making excuses.
I mean, if you're enjoying it, awesome. So
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if he's enjoying Soul Calibur, it's awesome. But yeah, I think he's level 29. Fucking shout out to Josh, level 29. I'm also like level 27, but in my first prestige, so
like
get on my
0.
level. Yeah, you are. I look at my list, it's like Chevy 0. I'm like, level 1. Give yourself some credit.
I have to buy the game to be level 1.
Everyone's level 1. In Call of Duty, it's all they're waiting for you. You got that level 1 waiting for you.
Your first level for free.
Yep.
I'm level negative 40.
Ooh, I don't know if it works that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it does for me.
Yeah, highly suggested though if you like shooting things at all in games online. So I think that's all I've been playing. I mean, literally, my life's kind of a blur right now playing that. So, Chris, what have you been playing?
Uh, Not much of anything of consequence to talk about. A little bit of Overwatch for the Halloween event. A little bit of Warcraft for the Halloween event. Mostly been playing Spooderman.
Spooderman. All right. How's that going?
It's fun, and the maps are fucking huge,
Mm-hmm.
like overwhelmingly huge at this point.
Oh, you can get across it real quick though.
Yes, I did just unlock the fast travel, but beforehand I was just like literally like swinging around collecting all the backpacks I could fucking find.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing, and I normally am not like a I collect everything type dude, but as soon as that game started, I did the first mission, put me in the city, and he's like, "Oh, I can go get all my backpacks." I'm like, "Backpacks?" I look at the map; they're all over, it's just marked. I'm like, "I guess I'm doing this real quick," and then I went and did that for like 2 hours, and then I started doing other shit. I'm like, I haven't even done the second mission in this game yet.
Yeah,
I'm just swinging around the city, hitting people, and getting backpacks.
He's caught up to me
Oh, I'm sure. Chris puts him down.
because I just got fast travel as well. Of course,
mean-
I haven't played it in like a week, but
I haven't collected all the backpacks, but I've collected 4 or 5 city blocks worth of backpacks so far.
I finished the whole map, so all the backpacks are collected.
Yeah, I did that before I even did the second mission. It's weird, man. I had this weird inclination. I was like, I gotta do this.
You get dialogue for every one.
It's
So.
like I fucking yeah, it's crazy. So you just unlocked fast travel. So where are you at in the story without saying like, blah 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 dies?
I just destroyed the inside of a bank.
Yeah. So that's around where you were at.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
That's as far as I got, and then I've been just doing side missions.
And you're liking it?
I love it. It's
Yeah.
great.
It only
And
gets
I
better
get so
too.
distracted by all the police calls. We're like, oh, there's a mugging over here. I'm like, I was gonna get this backpack, but there's
Yep.
a mugging, so I have to go stop that now.
Yeah, it's cool that they're technically side quests doing crimes because you get specific crime tokens for types of crimes. Later, there's different types of crimes or different types of people doing crimes, and but it's cool because they're dynamic. So it's not like, oh, I got to go do this mission over in this district. It's just like hang out in that district for a while and just kind of like, or if you're passing through, crime will happen and you can kind of swing in and fucking do something about it. And I almost felt more inclined to want to do it that way than if they were just like, okay, there's where the crime's at, go get it. Like I like swinging by and I hear the call and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go take care of that.
I was awful about that. I would open a part of the city up, and then I'd just sit there and wait for the police radio to go off. I'm like, okay, and I'd go do it.
Damn, you're playing Batman.
I was like, I have to get these numbers done on the map. So
Yeah, I still have. I have everything knocked out on the map pretty much except for the crimes. I got most of them though.
I have the first bracket of crimes done. The second bracket I haven't even started yet. So
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time doing side shit that game.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a lot to do.
So you think you're gonna beat it?
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Yeah. I'm about to say it's not super long, which is nice. Like I have a problem with games with like, a really long storyline because I just don't have the time, so it's hard for me to sit through them. But that one, you can beat in a couple sessions. Just playing it. So, and it's got a really really good storyline, way better than I thought it'd be, especially in like the third act. It gets really interesting.
It's the only thing I find weird is some of the character designs. Like Aunt May looks really, really young. When in like
Really?
most of the comic books I've seen her, she's portrayed as pretty old.
I thought she looked older than I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
always
she's
assume,
super
like-
young to me.
I always feel like Aunt May and Uncle Ben are like, they always look like they're in their 50s a lot of times when they're portrayed, except for in the movies, obviously. But yeah, they're always like little rounder, rotund, fucking happy people. And like, whoa, Peter, blah, 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 and then he gets killed, and he's like, nah. But yeah, but I don't know. I thought her design was pretty good. I think Peter Parker's interesting though. Every once in a while, I look at that guy, and I'm like, you don't look exactly as I would assume you'd look. But at the same time,
Yeah.
he's got a weird look to him. But at the same time, too, I like it because he looks like a real person and not like I almost said Jake Gyllenhaal. He was never Peter. I almost said Peter Pan. Fucking Spider-Man. Fucking, I'm on a whole other fucking realm right now. Jake Gyllenhaal looks nothing like Peter Pan. I'm gonna say it now. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire, you know, he doesn't look like him, even though Tobey Maguire's a weird fit too, because he's like, what? He was like fucking
super weird.
He was like 48 years old when he was playing a high schooler, but yeah, which is weird. But yeah, so like, I think all the character designs don't look as Hollywood as they could, which I think I kind of like, because it makes it feel like that world exists.
I'll say him and I don't know if it'd be spoiling. Well, it's not spoiling anything for you guys, and I guess it's bound to be.
Well, Miles Morales is in the trailers.
No, I was gonna say Mary Jane.
Oh, yeah, she's in trailers too.
But yeah, even Mary Jane looks very like real.
Yeah,
which is crazy, and I really appreciate that, because and don't get me wrong, comic books have a style, right? But
they definitely do.
The main females in most comic books are just like always models. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and
their proportions
are fucking insane.
They're almost as bad as One Piece.
But I mean, yeah, at least One Piece is like, we're wacky.
No, yeah. Stomach's literally this big. Can't actually happen.
Well, the way they're bent to all the time and shit, like, it just doesn't make sense. I saw this thing where they were like showing how a real human being would have to be to do all that, and like it would kill them pretty much.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so it was really refreshing that when I saw Mary Jane, like she's got like puff your cheeks even, like, and
she looks like a real person.
She looks like a real person. I was like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
So even Octavius, you know, very like normal looking dude. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised with Osborn.
He still looks a lot like how I expect him to look for sure.
Fuck, not me, dude. I think of goddamn hippie dick. Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
No one's gonna look like Dafoe but Dafoe, man.
Yeah, well, I know, but like that's how I saw him. And then a lot of times, you know, he looks like powerful. In this, he looks. It's weird. It's an Activision game, right? Isn't it?
This one? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I thought it was.
No, it's Insomniac.
Insomniac.
No, that's who made it. I'm talking about who fucking published it. Who put it out? I thought it was Activision. Insomniac didn't put it out. They made it. So anyway, look at the case.
Insomniac Games.
So it's a Sony game though.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I got that connection in my head because he looks like Bobby Kotick, the guy who used to run fucking Activision.
The guy who's just blatantly like, "Hey, we're just gonna take your money and you're gonna like it."
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much like EA, except for EA, it's not as good at it. Yeah, he looks just like him. And I was like, why'd they make the Osborn look like fucking the guy who ran Activision? He's like a weird little leprechaun, ginger guy. I mean, ginger boy. He's a little ginger boy. He's a ginger goblin.
Well, he will be Ginger Goblin, yeah.
Yeah. You guys gotta fucking beat it.
I don't know.
Because the thing I really love about Spider-Man is it adds humanity to every character. So even like Octavius, we all know where he goes eventually.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But as you're playing, I mean, he's like a father figure, mentor to you in the game.
Yeah, it's great.
It's interesting. Yeah. So when the change happens, I'm not spoiling anything. I won't go into details of this game, but obviously, whenever he becomes fucking multi-arm man, that's his name, right? That's his villain name. There's more gravity to it, which is awesome. That's good writing where you're spending most of the game investing in this dude as a good guy. Just like Osborn, they portray him as like there's reasons people don't like him, but he's also got things he's trying to do with the city and shit, and his son and all that stuff. Like there's dynamic to it that, you know, whether you see it in this game or the next, fucking there's a build up to it, which is fucking really cool.
I love the Easter eggs in this game too. Mm-hmm. Like Avengers Tower is really cool.
What?
The Avengers Tower.
Oh, they said Major Sour. I was like, I don't know who that is.
New Avengers Tower. And then one of the backpacks, you get a business card for a certain attorney. Mm-hmm. That's, you know, Daredevil. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be doing a whole Marvel thing.
Well, I would love to see a Daredevil game if it played as well as this one did. So
yeah,
it does.
I'd love to see them do a bunch. And obviously, Insomniac isn't big enough to be doing all of them. I would assume they'd probably make Spider-Man 2, but they'll probably get other companies making essentially the video game universe. Because the one thing I love about this game is it is not based off the MCU. Not saying there's anything bad about that, or those movies. They're great, obviously, everyone loves them. But it'd be too much. I don't want to see more of that in gaming. I like that they have their own very embracing of comic books.
I'll say it definitely feels very comic book,
Yeah.
which I like.
Yeah, when you see later more villains and stuff, they still try to make them look like tangible in real life, but they're not like, it's not like the Dark Knight. It's like they're still comic booky too, and it's pretty cool. They still have their personalities that you'd expect too. So it's a really good middle ground that they're kind of going on with these games. So if they keep doing that and they get other companies working on other Marvel games within this universe, because they even mentioned Avengers are on the West Coast right now, and they're in that world. That's why they're not in the city.
When you're climbing all over their tower.
Yeah, so that they exist already. It's not just the Spider-Man game. He exists within the Marvel universe. It'll be cool to see other games tie into that. Yeah, Chris was talking about his experience with the game though.
It was.
It's fine.
What suit are you using?
I only wear the Scarlet Spider suit.
I don't know the name of mine, but it's the black and gold one.
Yeah, I used that one for a while.
That's the Mark II.
Yeah. It's very
The one that
nice
makes you
looking.
bulletproof.
Well, I don't use that ability. I just use that suit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that when you unlock the suits, you don't have to stick with that suit. You just get that ability now. It's a really good
Oh, it's
system.
great. You can cosmetically look the way you want and pick the ability you want.
Yeah.
I
And there's
love
the excitement of getting
web
a new
everywhere
look
move.
and a new ability. It's cool. It's part of progression, but also especially if you're like a huge fan of Spider-Man. I mean, this game is like, oh shit, this one's from this fucking issue and blah blah blah. I mean, like if you go on Twitter right now, they're showing off the 3 outfits that are coming in the next DLC, and they look pretty cool. And people are like super excited that one of them, I think 1 or 2 of them are made by Insomniac, but one of them's actually from like the comic books. And there's people in the comments going like, I want this one from blah 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 blah. I'm like, I want this one. Like, where's the fucking Sam Raimi Spider-Man outfit and shit?
Everybody's bitching about the Sam Raimi one.
People want it.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, we all grew up watching those movies, but yeah.
Of all the spider costumes, the Sam Raimi one is probably my least favorite.
It's even worse than that dorky fucking hoodie sweatpants one. I hate that one. I mean, I think it's neat it's there, but I'm never wearing that shit.
No.
It's fucking boring. Sam Raimi directed the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, I know. I just can't remember what that spider suit looks like at all.
It's
So,
blue and red.
It's blue and red with like more of like a metal spider web.
dude, they all look like that.
metal.
Yeah, a lot of them do look like that.
Well, that's what my thing is too. Is they all look real similar to that one. Like
I like the black and
because it's
gold one.
supposed to be like the original Spider-Man outfit. It's going to look like the original one.
No, and I appreciate that. I like the one that has like the really vibrant red, and then you look at it closely, and it's the one that Tony Stark made for you. And I was like, oh, okay, it's the metallic one. That's why it's so shiny looking like that. So.
Yeah, straight up looks Iron Man. Yeah. It's funny too because people are like already talking about, and I'm glad people in the comments are pretty much on that side and they understand it. But people are like, "Where's the symbiote suit?" And I'm like, "Well, they're probably saving it for when Venom's in the game." It'd be very odd if they're like, "Here it is, you wanted it," and like Venom's not even in the game. Like they should introduce that with that.
It's kind of a major character.
Everybody
knows.
I
so.
can't wait to see someone like Venom or whatever, and a lot of villains show up in a game that's that realized.
Yeah, for sure.
Make them playable too. That'd be fucking sick.
No, yeah,
Carnage.
I think.
Imagined.
Well, I was saying,
Fully realized?
I think in the future it'd be really great to see a single player campaign. Obviously, where you're still, Peter Parker, and eventually, you have to deal with the symbiote suit for you, and then eventually, obviously get rid of it, and then it goes on to what's his name, Brock, I believe, gets it and becomes Venom, and then
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy gets it, and
Oh, he gets it.
and then maybe for like a few missions after that, you do get to play as Venom, and maybe not even necessarily as like a good guy, but just like kind of forced to be him.
It'd be cool to see his perspective on the whole like Venom taking over him and shit.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool.
And get to play as him and do crazy shit, and then go back to Spider-Man because they're obviously not opposed. They hop around characters in this game, so
Well, and I think I just want to see this in games more often. But like how in the Cane Lynch is a great example where like one of the guys sees things differently, so you're just, like killing innocent fucking people,
That shit's
and they
still
look.
kind of unrivaled in my opinion on storytelling gaming because it's really neat.
Well, and then you can't tell the difference when you're playing that character. So
Yeah, when you do the co-op, one person sees the game as it's supposed to be, the other guy seeing like weird shit, and he starts shooting it, and now you understand why he's killing random people.
Yeah.
And he's freaking out, and the whole time he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "They're here," blah blah blah, fucking just like, and you're actually seeing it, so it's like really really creative gameplay. Yeah, Spider-Man's good.
Spider-Man is good.
Like to see me some Venom.
Kind of curious
Spider-Man.
about the DLC. So
Yeah. I know the next one or Black Cat or some shit.
Black Cat's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out.
Which is cool because it's out.
So, as far as I can tell, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was out already. I'll have to get that because I really enjoyed that game. I would definitely buy the DLCs, especially if apparently it's supposed to be like story driven. It's supposed to have like storylines to the DLCs, which would be really cool.
I think so.
So, Somniac knocking it out of the fucking park. Anything else, Chris? More on that? You want to talk about that more? We can talk about Spider-Man all night if you want.
I mean, I probably could.
Yeah. I definitely could since I beat the fucking thing. I got a lot to say on it.
But he has to hold back.
In other games, you're not playing anything else? You can fucking pull out the old original Game Boy and play some...
I mean, I got
Skater
it.
Die.
But
Skater Die.
No.
Fuck that game.
I did play some VR today.
Oh, yeah. You guys got a Vive.
Yep.
Congrats on the VR.
Woo.
Mine is out here, sitting there. I'd like to hook it back up
One day.
one day. What games do you guys got?
Just the test room so far.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of free stuff for it. That's really neat. So that comes with it. So, have
Trying to get
they?
into my super hot.
Super Hot is dope. I actually found myself my body trying to give up on me, fucking, because you got to stand in weird positions and slowly turn, because every time you move in that game, time moves forward. So it's just like I was like in cramps and shit. I'm like, oh god. I played it for like 2 hours, so I mean, that's a lot of games though. Like a lot of games where I'm like ducking behind tables and shit and shooting. I'm like, man, action heroes are fucking in shape. Like gunfights are fucking, they wear you out. I mean, it's this or getting shot, but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for certain that they're gonna get Skyrim for VR.
you have to let me know how that is. That's the only time since launch of Skyrim 30 years ago that I fucking that I was interested in it again, but then I saw $60. I was like, nah,
Not
I'm
$60 interested.
not doing it. Can't. I'm sorry. $20.
I think the $60 or the VR version comes with all the DLC too, though.
Yeah, that's like a
Fuck,
10-year-old
just the
game
basic.
though.
Better.
And it's really cool that it is in VR and it's built for VR and stuff. It's really neat. $40 tops though. I mean, that $60 is them just knowing people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Todd Howard's fucking, you don't want it, don't buy it. Okay.
Most
Thanks.
real thing he's ever said.
Yeah, I'm glad he's being honest. I mean, he's right. Fucking,
He is
it's 'cause
right, that's
people are
what I'm
buying
saying.
it. But that also screams to me fucking...
Give me your money.
I'm not too worried about making games, really. You guys are buying it. You guys are still buying it. I'm going to wait till you guys are done, till I think up the next same old engine game.
You're trying to piss people off right now. Huh?
Yeah, sorry. We're not hitting 1,000. I'm trying to slow down that progression. I'm not ready for that stream yet. Anything else?
Nope.
No? Let us know in the comments. What have you been playing this week? What are you playing to keep yourself busy in preparation for that cowboy game no one's ever heard of? And what should we be playing? I'm sure you'll also be like, hey, cowboy game. You should be playing that. Get an early copy.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah. So we got 3 videos to watch. We're going to watch them. That's why we're here. And those videos are a game I've never heard of. Literally just pulled up the video as soon as I started looking up videos. It's a game called Override Mech City Brawl. Don't know if it's good or bad. Never seen it before. But it's coming out for consoles. PS4, Xbox One, and PC December 4th. So we're going to watch that let you know what we thought of it. We're also going to watch a gameplay action trailer. It's a gameplay action. There's action in this trailer for Onimusha Warlords, which is also coming out, I believe, next year, January 15th, 2019 for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, getting some Switch love, and PC as well. And then we are going to watch something. This is for me, but I hope you guys can get something out of it too. Because a lot of people already bought their copies. Red Dead Redemption 2 obviously is coming out very fucking soon, and there's multiple different editions for it. So I'm gonna watch. We're gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this because I still have not bought my copy of the game yet. I'm still like, which one am I gonna buy? A lot of people are buying the Ultimate, but they're gonna essentially. This is actually from a channel called Hazard. So make sure to go check them out. Want to make sure we're shouting out people we're watching videos of. But we're going to be watching this. He's going to be explaining what the different editions are for the price points and which one's worth the money. So if you guys have not made the decision yet, either sit with us. We're going to figure this out because I'm like going, do I really want the Ultimate Edition? Do I want the Standard Edition? Well, everybody's buying the Ultimate. Why would I buy the Standard Edition? That's lame as shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Override. Mech City Brawl. 3, 2, 1, and go. Looks like Overwatch.
Reminds me of those old SNES Power Ranger robot fighting games.
Yeah, definitely.
As our stage. Do you have what it takes to pilot your mech to victory?
I do, believe me.
Control each limb independently. Kick and punch at the same time for a bonus bang of pain. Or string together combos that'll devastate your opponents. Each mech has its own special set of moves. Flaming uppercuts, teleportation,
I think because of the color palette, maybe, I just think
suplexes,
Skylanders.
and more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
if
kinda
you're
thought
low on
that too.
health, don't give up. Pull both triggers and activate your ultimate. Kaboom! As you kick bot around the globe, you'll unlock new looks so that you're stomping the competition in style. Pick up rare, epic, and legendary skins to accent your achievements, as well as weird accessories to psych opponents out. Face off online against your rivals in 1v1 ranked. Go free-for-all, online, or split screen with your friends. Or compete as a team. And here's where it gets wild. Multiple players can control different limbs of the same mech. With shared mechs, you can go 2v1, 3v1, or 2v1v1, or even 4 players in one mech versus the world.
Megazord.
Don't have friends to play with? Go
Power
single
Rangers.
player and battle your way through a story-based campaign where you'll not only face off with other mechs, you'll take on hordes of alien invaders
I think
that
Josh
are here
would
to
play
try
this.
and eat your
Like a
lunch.
Josh game.
Welcome to Earth, you sons of...
No, he is.
Override Mech City Brawl. Pre-order now or wish list on Steam.
Damn, you're telling people to wish list it? That's a new one. Get it later. If you can't get it now, please buy it later. What do we think?
It reminds me of
Chris's face tells it all.
what's that game we used to play on
Rad.
Rad.
Yep.
It reminds me of Rad.
Yep.
Which
Not as cool though.
is rad, and I actually love the concept behind it. It's actually something I think I would play.
Me too.
Especially because it has a single player mode. But I just remember playing that game as well, having to walk by alternating, buttons or whatever, and then punching depending on left or right as well. So that game had a nice element of strategy though, where you could go after the
Yeah, I would just go find the pot and step on him.
step on the person because they're too busy watching their mech, and all of a sudden like they look and you're like, uh-oh.
I just found like some apartment building and then like ran down the hallway like between like the units and just like hidden there while I was like controlling the shit, and I'd be like peeking out fucking from wherever the fuck I was hiding.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid they were gonna fucking kill me. But then like the fight would start getting closer to the buildings. A game back in the day, it's called Rad. It was versus
like Alchemic Drive or something like that.
yeah. I can't believe you remember that. It was a mech game, but it was really interesting because you play from the perspective of this dude at like ground level, and you had like a little jetpack to get around, but you controlled your mech from that area. So you're watching this giant mech battle happen, and people you're playing against also were viewing it from there. And it was cool because like when you're like decking them out and shit, they would like fly through buildings and stuff. It's really fucking cool. It's a very Japanese game though. I don't think we're ever getting a sequel, but I would have loved one for sure. Anyway, there's a lot of history lessons tonight. But yeah, this reminded me of that as well. Reminded me of that. It reminded me of War of the Monsters. That's why I thought of Josh, because me and him used to play that. That, you know, there'd be like arenas just like that. You'd be climbing up buildings, kind of like Rampage, only the fighting game, or a fighting game. You can grab things and throw them into people and shit. So that reminds me of that a lot. I like that there's like aesthetic gear that you can like unlock. It's really cool. It's a good touch. I like that it has a split screen. That's really cool. That's becoming rare again, but then it'll come back when people demand it enough. That's how gaming is. It seems like fucking people are like, oh, I miss co-op. Like, here's all the co-op. And then they're like, oh, that's too much co-op. Like, okay, that's going away. Where's the split screen? You guys didn't fucking want it. Here it is again. Okay, that's good. I don't even play that shit. Okay, we're getting rid of it.
Split screens. Oh, too much.
That's too much. You're splitting too much. It's too much real estate. I need the whole screen. I don't got friends. But yeah, that actually looked a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. So I like, depending on what the price is, I might throw it on my Steam wish list. I might do exactly what they said. Although I think I'd probably play it on console. So, Chris,
I'm not impressed. Not at all. I saw a trailer for this a couple days ago. It was an ad on one of my YouTubes, and I skipped it as soon as I could. I think it's just, I don't know. I have the idea stuck in my head that it's like, it just reminds me of Skylanders. So in my head, this is like a game for like younger kids. But, you know, I don't know for certain. It just, I don't know. It feels like one of those old Power Ranger robot fighting games to me.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it does have a cool concept that like 4 players can control the arms and legs, but at the same time, that sounds like chaotic as fuck.
Yeah, only because I have a background playing a game like Rad and a couple other games like that I can kind of see the tangibility, is that a word, of how that works. And I think it adds to the fight because there's an element of when the other person's playing like that too, it's more fun because sometimes things don't work exactly the way you want them to, especially if you're playing like 4 people controlling one mech. I think a lot of that fun is obviously when you nail the other robot and knock him out or wherever the fuck you're fighting. But also just trying to work together, the goofiness of going, oh shit, you do this, I do this, you do this. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do that. That's why I said price point really matters. If it's a $6 game, I'm not running out to get this. But if it was like fairly priced, 30, 40 bucks, 20 bucks, I'd pick it up. It's definitely not on my list of fucking games I won't be playing once Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out.
Did you ever play Gang Beasts?
Nope.
Okay.
Gang Beasts.
That's a very strange fighting
I
game
love it.
with controls that are meant to be frustrating. So, I say if you wouldn't like that, I don't think you might not like something like this as well. So
yeah, it's definitely it's a game that plays and well enough and works, but the fun factor is the goofiness of it. Watching little Jigglebillies get thrown off buildings and slapped around and make weird fucking noises.
frustrating in a
By
good way.
trains.
Huh?
Yeah.
Destroyed by the trains
Yep.
and the subway.
Yeah, I got 2 videos. I still didn't make the 3rd to complete the trilogy, but of that game. It's a very fun one. So yeah, that's another good point. That just tells me more of this game's right up my alley. I like weird stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's a pretty out there
Yeah.
game, which is fine.
yeah, I'm just glad. Like I never even heard of it. So
Yeah.
it was literally when I was pulling videos, I was like, okay, we're gonna watch this and this. I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, let's watch it. So
Fuck it.
Chris watched it early, and he's sitting on that like, fucking, I'm not telling him I watched
watched
this bullshit.
Section of it.
2 seconds of it, and then he hit the skip button.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I watched this garbage 3 days ago. What's the name of the game? Override something?
I almost thought you were going to say Onimusha.
I almost did.
like, no,
I almost
no.
did. Oni Ride. Override Mech City Brawl. What'd you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments below. Are you interested in playing this? I was going to ask you if you're excited, but you probably had no idea this game existed as well.
Me and Seth got weird taste sometimes.
Yeah. Definitely. If you think this game looks like garbage too, let me know why. Just be like, dude, specifically, that split screen is too much split screen. You said it perfectly before. I know you were joking, but I'm very serious about this shit. So fucking, I'm not picking that game up for that specific reason. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about when it comes to that. Next video we're going to watch is Onimusha Warlords gameplay action trailer. It's only like 2 minutes long, so very brief. But I've been curious because I actually didn't play this series a whole lot. So I kind of missed out on it. I know Chris did.
Whoa.
Chris is practicing for his villain role. Especially when we couldn't see his face when he did that. So I just mentioned him and I hear that laugh and I was like, what's happening over there? Yeah, so this is something I'm actually kind of curious about playing, and seeing that's coming back out remastered is pretty interesting. So anything you guys want to say before we watch this?
Action.
3, 2, 1, and go. Long pause. I'm curious about how that gameplay is going to really translate in 2018. Obviously, if you're a fan of it from back in the day, you're not going to care. But
It's definitely an old Capcom game.
yep. Yeah, they're all tank control games. Dino Crisis, Resident Evil. This takes you back. This like pre-rendered CG video it's playing while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Final Fantasy VIII.
The memories.
Yeah, I remember my whole reason I didn't really play them back in the day is I really like any person who likes video games, but I really like Japanese and samurai shit. But well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think Jeremy's into it. But I wasn't into the idea of fighting monsters as a samurai. I thought it was kind of it just didn't do it for me. I thought it'd be cooler if you were fighting like other samurai type people. Or humanoids. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. Like, as I've gotten older, I'm like, I'll try it. But I remember back then, I just wasn't into the idea of, like, fighting monsters. Oh. Damn. That was very eerie. Onimusha. All right. That looked. I for some reason didn't think that the first game was modeled after Takeshi Kaneshiro, but it looks a lot like him because I know for sure he's in 3 with Jean Reno.
Which is so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I like both those actors, but I was just like, what the fuck are these two guys in one game? This is bizarre.
It was a lot less common then.
Yeah. Check out Fallen Angels. Really good movie. Chinese movie. Yeah, what do we think? Chris, what do you think? You've played these.
It looks good. It looks like I said, all my memories are rushing back to me from playing them. It just looks like a little slightly up-res version of the original. So I'm excited for it.
It still looks older, but it definitely looks cleaned up, which is nice.
Yeah.
It was like, when I bought Dark Cloud, and I started playing that again, I was like, it looks old, but it looks clean.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which really makes the difference. I got Chris is like, looks nice, because in his brain he's just like, doesn't have fucking goofy Skylander mechs, doesn't have too much split screen. I don't have to worry about 3 other people fucking up my mech.
Nice warm slice of nostalgia pie.
Without the garbage robot fighting. Yeah.
It looks interesting. I still, I don't know if it's a game I would play. I think I'd be more interested in just watching it.
Yeah.
So
I'm still on the fence because, like I said, I don't have an affinity for the series. So I'm not coming into this like buying Shenmue. But I am curious to play it, so I'm curious about that price point. Since it's a remaster of one game, I can't imagine it being full price. Because there's trilogies that have come out of old games that are remastered for $60, which makes complete sense to me now.
There's a lot of people doing these now, and they seem to be pretty consistently $30. It seems like.
Yeah,
so.
and for $30, I mean, if I'm at a time where I'll have time to play it, and I'm not like stressing over playing a bunch of other high profile games, I think it'd be worth picking up. But if I'm busy playing a lot of games, I'm probably not even going to put the money to it, just because, like I said, I'm not clamoring to play it. I'd play it if I was like, I got some downtime. I would try this out.
Got a sweet side note, actually. Speaking of old games,
sweet one
at good price points. After Mega Man 11 came out, there's a bundle, at least on PSN. So I imagine they have it on Xbox as well. But it comes with.
Are you saying that you're a PS4 fanboy?
I'm just saying I was in the PSN store when I saw it.
Can't believe it.
So
exposed.
There was
the
Mega Man Legacy Collection, the X Legacy Collection, and Mega Man 11 all bundled together for $60.
Really?
So it's a pretty awesome deal.
So wait, you're getting all the Mega Men for $60?
For $60.
That was a pretty sweet fucking whatever you said
deal.
I just remember the sweet part.
So because they're like $30 each.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I just see value with that many games too. Like if you're a Mega Man fan, that's fucking dope. And I love the X series, so and I kind of want to play 11. So
yeah. Side note, sorry, we were talking about the price point of those. I was like, oh wait, I saw something at a good,
Yeah, I wonder how
that
long
people should know about. If you're in a Mega Man, you get all of them for like $60.
Too many games, but that's a really good deal. I might just pick that up for future playing whenever the fuck that happens.
You just have to one day be like, I'm gonna come home from work and I'm playing Mega Man.
That's what I had to do already with a couple games, man. I'm just like, okay, everything else is fucking just odd. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna play this fucking game. I did that with Assassin's Creed or Odyssey.
I had to bench
I'm
a
just
bunch
gonna
of
play it.
endless games just to play God of War. So
yeah. Did I ever say what I was thinking?
No.
No.
You kind of said price point mattered, and that was about the
I mean, it looks cool. I pretty much said it. I might pick it up. I probably won't unless it's working with my fucking very strenuous gaming schedule. It's very important. Very, very important things we're doing around here with the gaming. But yeah, it looks cool. And for anyone who likes Onimusha or played it back in the day, I'm sure this is awesome for you. Hopefully it's priced well, so you're not going like, oh, I love those games. I'm not getting them that much. But yeah, it's cool. Real quick question though: was it always called Warlords, or is that the remastered name?
I think it's the remastered name.
Yeah, because every time I see that, I'm like,
it's just Onimusha for the first one.
That's what I thought. I thought it was always just Onimusha, and then they're like Warlords. I'm like, well, was that like a subtitle to it before? Like, it is a series. I'm very, very. I mean, I know the actors in it, and that's about it. Yeah, just. Is that the original?
Yep.
Yeah, it was called Warlords for PS2.
Really?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, but it's like it's like Where's Waldo? They got it hidden down here in the fucking writing. So, very interesting. Very interesting. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Onimusha Warlords? Are you picking it up? Are you a fan of the series? Did you play back in the day? Do you want a new one? I would actually like to see that. Especially if they did like the God of War treatment and just made it a different type of game. Get rid of the tank controls.
You know, Sony Santa Monica makes it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I don't care what fucking franchise they pick up, I'll be playing it. They're like, we're making Gears of War. I'll be like, fuck, I guess I'm a fan of Gears of War. I haven't played the game yet. Hey, let us know what you're thinking of Onimusha Warlords, though. Like I said, did you play the ones in the back or back of the day? Are you new to the series and curious about it? Or are you like, dude, that game's way too fucking old, and I'm way too young to be wasting my life playing shit like that? Let us know. Third video we're going to be watching is the Red Dead Redemption 2 editions. Getting details on those price points. You guys probably already know. I'm watching this mainly so I can make an informed decision. Probably buying the Ultimate, but we'll see. That's a chunk of change. But I want to know, is it worth it? I've been talking with a lot of people, a lot of you guys in the comments about this. A lot of you guys are picking up the Ultimates, or fucking Rockstar is making, they're already going to make bank, but they're making fucking almost double bank, which is ridiculous. Yeah, so we're gonna watch this. Like I said before, I'm gonna remind everybody this is done by a guy named Hazard, so make sure to go check him out if you like his content. I don't want to use his stuff and not say that. So, anything you guys want to say? What are you guys already thinking about when it comes to this? Before we watch this, have you put any thought into it? I know Chris is like, excited. Everybody's excited, but he's also not the biggest cowboy fan.
Table tennis.
But he does like social stuff. He likes playing games with friends. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna buy the base version.
the standard, yeah. That's been my philosophy this whole time. It's like I was gonna buy the standard. Everybody's like, I got the ultimate. And people are like, I didn't want to do it, but I got the ultimate. I caved in and did it. I'm just like, fuck. There's a lot of pressure. Everybody's caving in. Everybody's buying the ultimate. I'm just running off that cliff with them. Maybe.
That peer pressure, man.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm just pulling up a lawn chair and watching you guys jump off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still over there right now. I'm watching them jump off too, but I'm just like sitting there going like, should I go with
Tiptoeing
them?
closer.
Is it whatever's off that cliff? Is it worth it? Fucking
I'm just handing out snacks. Everybody runs by. Here you go. Here you go.
enjoy yourself. I'm glad you guys are happy.
Have a great time.
Have a good Halloween. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. It's October. Halloween.
Here's a jukebox. Juice box. Shh, go.
Yeah. Go have fun. I'm very happy for you. All right, you ready, Chris? All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Zach, and thanks for tuning back into the channel. Today, what I have for you guys is another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. We're almost a week out from Red Dead Redemption 2, and at this point, we're getting very close. And a lot of you may have your copies already
angry
secured,
Fluffy Pop.
pre-ordered, whatever it may be, but there are also a very large number of you that are on the fence and haven't bought just yet, and maybe wanting to know a little more about what you can end up getting. So today, we're going to put together a little guide to talk to you guys about the best versions of Red Dead Redemption 2 to get the best bang for your buck, essentially. While this won't be necessarily the most custom tailored to every individual that watches this video, I'm hoping to provide a little bit more of a top-down perspective and give you a little recommendation on which one could be the best value for what you're looking for. So hopefully this can help in a huge way, but today we're going to be reviewing all the current editions of the game currently known out there for Red Dead Redemption 2 a week out from release, and I will also be talking to you guys about my own recommendations on what you can end up looking for and what you can end up getting. With that said, let's jump straight into it. Firstly, talking about each individual edition of the game, let's start off simple. Let's start off with the base standard game. The standard edition is going to run you $60 US or 50 British pounds, or for those in Canada, 80 Canadian dollars. And you get access to both the single player and the multiplayer, which comes out in November. The digital standard edition, which is the same price, $60 US, 50 British pounds, or 80 Canadian dollars, gives you both access to the story mode and multiplayer just like the standard edition, but with a cash bonus in the story mode. Red Dead Redemption 2 is about a historic gang always looking for ways to make money and bring in new supplies, and so an in-game cash bonus will give Arthur Morgan enough to buy a weapon, some food, a handful of useful items, and even ammunition. It's important to note that each version of the game features its digital download counterpart that basically gives you the advantage of skipping the line come release at midnight October 26th.
I'm so
downloading
hungry.
the game as early as October 19th, 2018, and then of course starting the game up right away when it releases, rather than heading out to the store, buying your copy, coming home, and then inserting a disc into your PlayStation or Xbox to then install the game. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes on 2 discs, so one will be used to install while another will be used to play the game off of. Nonetheless, each digital copy of the game, be it standard or any other edition of Red Dead Redemption 2, will come with that cash bonus for story mode. Also, whatever edition of the game you choose to buy after watching this video, just know that if you pre-order the game before it releases, you will be receiving 2 bonuses for in-game DLC content for the story mode. The first piece of in-game DLC content for the story mode is the Warhorse, which is an iron gray Ardennes warhorse that can always be relied on in the heat of battle. It gives greater courage and stamina than the average steed, and this is a horse that knows how to keep its head under fire. The second bonus all editions of Red Dead Redemption 2 receive if you pre-order the game before its release date is the Outlaw Survival Kit, which contains a collection of key supplies for enduring the rigors of life out on the frontier, including items to replenish health, deadeye, and more. So now moving on is when we depart from the standard edition copies and enter the realm of exclusive copies of the game, which also feature a difference in price compared to the standard edition of Red Dead Redemption 2. So let's talk about the special edition of Red Dead Redemption 2. The special edition is going to run you $80 US, 75 British pounds, or 100 Canadian dollars, and it features all the perks of the base standard game as well as exclusive content for the story mode, including bank robbery mission and gang hideout in the story mode, a dappled black thoroughbred horse, and the horse also comes with a Nuevo Pereso saddle, which is a handmade saddle in dark chocolate leather with silver lining medallion detailing, and you also get the talisman and medallion gameplay bonuses, and these special story mode items will give Arthur a helping hand whenever they're equipped. You can attach the Eagle Talon talisman to his boot, and Arthur's environmental awareness skill will last longer, or you can carry the iguana scale in your personal satchel, and Arthur will take less damage while riding on horseback. And as the special edition owner, you also get access to gameplay boosts, cash bonuses, and discounts, which in turn can help you in the game as a player because you earn more cash during robbery missions with the Vanderlyn gang and when hunting and selling animal carcasses. You can also receive discounts on all upgrades to the Vanderlyn gang's camp. One of the really neat features of the special edition, as well as the Nuevo Preso gunslinger outfit, and this outfit features a wide-brimmed black cowboy hat, deep indigo coat, worn denim chaps, leather gloves, and boots. And lastly, included in the special edition is the free access to additional weapons in-game. In Red Dead Redemption 2, it's clear weapons play a huge role in the game, and having a good range of these weapons is essential for survival out in the Old West. And so with the special edition, you get 3 weapons at the in-game gunsmiths in story mode. One of them being the volcanic pistol, the second being the pump-action shotgun, and lastly, the third being a little more mild, is the Lancaster varmint rifle. No longer does Rockstar include the map of the vast open world with the base game. The first edition to have the physical game world map is included in this special edition, so I thought I would just make that clear for you guys. We also have the digital special edition as well. Like I said, all digital editions and only digital editions come with the cash bonus for the story mode of Red Dead Redemption 2, and so if trading off a physical map for extra money in-game is important to you, I suggest going for digital, as it will also save you space storing a case somewhere on your desk or armoire as well. Now, the last 2 editions of the game I want to talk about feature all of the story mode content from the special edition and standard editions of the game thus far, but this edition features additional bonuses for Red Dead Online, which is the multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption 2, and there is a plethora of content to talk about in this edition. So the Ultimate Edition is going to run you a price of $100 US, 90 British pounds, or 120 Canadian dollars, and first, you can count on having extra bonus outfits when you start out online to customize your character, as you get 2 exclusive outfits in the Ultimate Edition of Red Dead Redemption 2. The first being the Black Rose Bounty Hunter outfit, which features a long oxblood colored coat, a vest with gold pocket watch chain, dark pants tucked into chocolate leather boots, and the second exclusive outfit for Red Dead Online is the Copperhead Enforcer outfit, which features a fur-lined saddle brown leather waistcoat, 2-tone gloves, and pinstripe black pants tucked into black leather boots. You can also unlock a racehorse in Online, which is the Black Chestnut Thoroughbred horse, which comes with the High Plains cutting saddle, beautifully crafted in jet black leather with gold metal accents. This horse and saddle are available in Online. You also get free access to the Survivor Camp theme, which allows you to customize your own personal camp in Online to fit a Survivor theme as well. You also get access to those same weapons in Online that players can use in the story mode if they own the special edition, which again is the volcanic pistol, pump action shotgun, and the Lancaster varmint rifle. And all 3 of these weapons are free of charge in the gunsmith stores spread across the online open world. Now there's one more bonus in the Ultimate Edition, and that is the rank up bonus you get immediately when you load up multiplayer when it releases sometime in November. This rank up boost allows you to rank up faster in Red Dead Online all the way up to level 25, so if you want that competitive edge in multiplayer over other random players or even your own friends, then I suggest you look into buying the Ultimate Edition, as it includes everything in the standard and special editions, plus the exclusive content for the online counterpart. So we have one more edition left to talk about, and that is the collector's box for Red Dead Redemption 2. Now I want to warn you, this collector's box does not come with any copy of the game. So this edition really only appeals to collectors who want a unique assemblage of real-world collectibles inspired by the game.
Do you get
the Red
the
Dead
game?
Redemption 2 collector's box is available exclusively from select retailers and the Rockstar Games warehouse, and features a curated assortment of outlaw essentials, all packaged in a thick gauged metal tithing box. And I'll just list all the contents of this collector's box now, and when the game releases, I'll also be doing an unboxing and showcase of it, as I've ordered one of these myself. So these are all the items included in the collector's box. You get the metal tithing box with lock and key, which is a thick gauged metal tithing box and includes a lock and key, and features black metal band detailing and engraved Cornwall freight and commodities plaque. You also get a collectible challenge coin, which is a gold-colored collectible coin that comes in a magnetic presentation holder with a black engraved plaque describing the history of an endangered species in-game. You get the double-sided puzzle, which is a double-sided 100-piece wooden jigsaw puzzle, which features an illustrated view of the bustling port of Saint-Denis on one side and a classically inspired Rockstar Games logo on the reverse side. You also get a 6-shooter bandana, which features a traditional Paisley-inspired pattern with hidden weapon iconography throughout. You get a treasure map, and you also get a pin set which features 6 additional
a real
pins
treasure
of
to be
key
found,
weapons
though?
in the game, including items like a shotgun, revolver, and a Deadeye
Yes,
X marker.
yes.
And you also get
Yeah,
playing
that's-
cards
that's
which
the
all have
game.
key
It's a
members of the
geocache
Vanderlyn
set,
gang
actually.
fully illustrated on them,
can
as well
play
as the
real Red
Wheeler,
Dead Redemption
Rawson, and
in
Company
real life.
catalog, which is
Make sure
actually
to bring
a
your fucking
150
revolver with
page
you.
book that's a
When
replica
other people
of
are out
the
at the
in-game
geocache.
edition found in stores throughout Red Dead Redemption 2. And then lastly, you
There
get the
are
12
enough
cigarette cards, which
geocache
are
for the
beautifully
both of us,
illustrated
Pilgrim.
collectible cards, which can
Reach
also
for
be
the
found throughout the world of
sky,
Red Dead Redemption
varmint.
2 when you play.
Gonna be
Now,
a
as
lot
a
of real
side note, this is a
crimes
little
happening in real
unrelated to
life.
Red Dead Redemption 2, but depending on which edition you pre-order, you also get bonus money in Grand Theft Auto Online, and the standard edition nets you 500,000 GTA dollars, the special edition gives you 1 million GTA dollars, and the ultimate edition grants you 2 million GTA dollars. So if you're still playing Grand Theft Auto Online or just playing it for the first time, pre-ordering any edition of Red Dead Redemption 2 gives you a little bonus in GTA as well. Now, as for my recommendations, I wish I could tailor this to everyone's situation, but with there being so many of you, I simply can't. But I will say this: at the end of the day, depending on what place you fall into, if you're really into collectibles and getting as much out of the game as you possibly can in both the single player and multiplayer, and that comes with a high price, of course, I would suggest going with the collector's box and or the ultimate edition of the game. For those players interested in what the story mode of Red Dead Redemption 2 has to offer but still want exclusive unlocks in game you cannot get anywhere in the base game, then the special edition can give you just that. And lastly, if you're on a budget and just want a game to play that can give you both great experiences in terms of story and multiplayer, then I recommend saving your money and just purchasing the standard edition of Red Dead Redemption 2, be it either physical or digital. That wraps up what I want to talk about in today's video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Like I said, I wish I could custom tailor this to every single one of you, but I do hope that this video at least helped you shape some sort of idea as to which edition of Red Dead Redemption 2 you want to buy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support, and welcome to all the new subscribers recently. For now, drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and check out my Red Dead Redemption 2 playlist down in the description. And don't forget, if you want to win an Ultimate Edition copy of Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm giving away 4 copies here on my channel. I have a lot of you guys donating money
it kind
to me
of
to
boils
actually give
down
away
to
you guys. We're going to be getting
standard
extra
or
copies of the
ultimate.
game.
The-
and you can
the
enter that
collector's
giveaway
one
by checking
doesn't
out the
really
rules and
have a
links
place
down
for
in the
me.
description.
'Cause
And
it's
also
like
follow me on Twitter at
junior
Hazardous
version of
HDTV
Ultimate.
so I can talk with you in real time over on there. I also tweet out
So
when
anyway,
all my videos are
sorry,
going
I asked
live,
that
so you'll be
question,
the
I
first
just
ones to
answered.
watch. And I practically live on Twitter.
Literally
on
didn't change my mind at all.
So I hope you all have a
I'm
fantastic
still just
day,
gonna
and
get
I'll
the base
catch you guys
version.
in the next
Uh,
Red Dead
bonus-
Redemption
What's
2
the thinking
video.
behind it?
The thinking?
Yeah. Obviously, you don't care, but like you're just going for the storyline.
Well, yeah, I'm going to play the game to play and experience, you know, the game they've made. As far as like getting a head start in the single player, I mean, that's really kind of, you know, I don't see a need for that at all. And thinking of like that being even an incentive is kind of weird for me, I guess. But and then in the multiplayer aspect of it, I'm not like probably gonna play that very much, if at all. And so like getting a
Breaking Onyx's heart and his expectations.
getting a speed boost to so you can get to rank 25 a little faster and whatever. And what does the ranks even mean in the terms of this game? Anyways, is it just a number? Is there actually something that comes with that?
You probably get access to new weapons and shit.
You know, so I don't know. It sounds to me like you're buying, you know, with the physical editions, right? You're getting some stuff, which is cool, like tangible items. And for the digital versions or just the digital content you're getting, I mean, it really comes down to obviously how much you care about having extra stuff when you start playing the game. Which, if that's for you, awesome. Just for me, I mean, I'm not going to be.
Well, it's not even that simple though. Like you are getting a head start, but it's not. People aren't coming into it just going like, I want a head start, because you're also getting cosmetic items and stuff like that too, which comes with it. So also, if you're a person who doesn't have as much time, that head start isn't necessarily I'm getting through the game faster. It's just making the game more easier to play for somebody who has less time. And there's multiple ways you can go into that without just going like it's just a boost for people who want to get through the game fast. Like there's a bunch of reasons why you could do that, and that's not the only reason you're buying it. There's other things you're getting with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a weird incentive too. Like I wouldn't buy it if that was the only thing you're getting with it.
Well, and then
I just don't think
you're gonna bring up cosmetics as well. I mean, I can't personally, and once again, this is I'm talking about my personal thoughts on the matter.
But yeah, when you're talking about just like people buying it for the boost, I feel like there's more to it than that. But
well,
yeah.
and sure, and I just obviously feel about it a little differently. As far as like the cosmetic thing go, I'm not gonna spend $20 on a horse in an outfit. I mean, no, thank you.
And a skin essentially for your camp.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I get you're unimpressed with it, but I'm just adding for people who
No,
are
I know.
watching.
I'm
There's
just-
more to it.
Yeah, I just money
Yeah.
versus what I'm getting. I don't think it's worth it. It sounds to me like 2K encouraging to make more money off the game, and it'll work. So
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it has been working.
Yeah.
They're buying it. Apparently.
I know a bunch of people who already got the ultimate. Chris?
I kind of feel the same way as Chevy, like,
Mm-hmm.
but that's because I'm not like super enthusiastic about this game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited that everybody else is excited for it.
Yeah. No, everybody is.
I feel like that, obviously those types of special editions that are catered towards people who are like hyped for it, which should be going without saying, but at the same time, it's not like appealing to the rest of us who are just like kind of like, oh, that's cool. Why do I need that?
Mm.
And I get like there's like the extra horses that might run a little faster or have smaller bonuses to them, and you get access to a couple weapons which you probably don't get for free normally, or at all maybe in game. But most of it is like Chevy was saying is like it's like 50% cosmetic, 50% like minor buffs. It seems, and for me personally, it's just not something that's worth all that money to spend on it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna play when I get it, the story mode, and then maybe online here and there to hand out juice boxes to everybody and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm here too. What's up? Please don't kill me.
Yeah. I think he did a really good job in that video, Hazard, of essentially saying if you're somebody, and I definitely think Chevy's in that, Chris is pretty much in that, although he has less enthusiasm because it's not necessarily as hyped for him as like everybody. Obviously, you're excited, everybody's excited, but the standard edition is definitely there for people who just want to play the game, 100%. And I am inclined to either pick that up or the ultimate. I don't see any point in getting the $80 one unless you just are in a financial situation where you want to get some extras, but you can't do that $100 one. I get that, but if you do have the means to do the 80 or 100, I don't know why you would even do the $80 one, just because it feels like you're getting less of the whole package. But yeah, so standard makes complete sense, and I mean, at the very least, that's what I'll get. But for anybody who wants to play that storyline, less excited about the multiplayer, or living in that game, essentially, it makes sense. I do think the collector's editions make sense for a lot of people, though, especially that box one. I have no interest in that. There's people out there who are going to be excited for that, though. I have zero interest.
that one makes 100% sense to me. I don't want it, but it makes 100% sense to me.
But yeah, if you're like super fucking into cowboy stuff, super into Red Dead Redemption, and you want some swag to go with it, that makes sense. But that's, if there's one thing that like I'm just not into, it's that one. But the Ultimate Edition, I think, is definitely there for because neither of you, I would say, are like super hyped for this game. I think you guys are both. I mean, specifically, I think Chevy, you're interested in it.
I'm interested in playing it.
Yeah,
Looks
but
fun.
like when I'm talking to people in the community about it and they're fucking freaking out about it, I think that enthusiasm translates better over to those extra incentives versus someone who's just interested in playing the game.
100%.
Because you already lack the real big excitement. That incentive to want to get every little fucking piece of this game you fucking are really excited for, that you're probably going to love and probably put like 500, 600 hours into it. You're probably going to want all those little fucking morsels just because it's more Red Dead Redemption that you're getting. Obviously, the cosmetics I'm talking about. The boosts, I think there's a bunch of reasons you could want that or not really care about that and still want the other stuff. Some of that stuff you wear. You don't even have to wear it if you don't want to. It just comes with it. So I think I might pick up the Ultimate just to get all of the content with it. I can afford it, so it's not like, it just kind of makes sense for me to pick that up. But I think the standard, like, just for different people, and where their hype level's at. I understand why a lot of people are getting the Ultimate, but I also don't think it's needed. I don't think it's really giving you that much more, and the booster, it doesn't even say what the percentage of the boost is. It could be like 5% to XP,
which is probably likely.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, because there's been MMOs that have versions that come out with a ring you put on, and up until level 50, it'll
that's generous.
Give you. Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing a number out there, but I've seen plenty of MMOs do that. You buy the special edition, you get a ring that increases your leveling speed. It's the exact same thing.
Final Fantasy 14 does.
Yeah, I mean, it's an older MMO, but Lord of the Rings Online. I remember there was a special edition. I think I bought it that had that. And in an MMO, it makes a lot of sense. But I mean, this is, if it's anything like Grand Theft Auto 5, it's gonna be pretty close to an MMO, so it makes sense. So I'm not opposed to that. And like I said, if it's capping at 25, I don't know if you exceed that or not in leveling, or if that's the cap. But regardless, in a game like that, I don't think it's after the first month or two of the multiplayer coming out, everybody's gonna be fucking there anyway. So it's just those people who are extra excited to get to that last part. People like Rob who are gonna stay up fucking all night and just like rush to that point. And it's just giving that quick booster. I don't think it's gonna really matter in the end game of it when everyone's already at the highest level. So yeah. Yeah, I see the value in the ultimate version, but it definitely, a lot of the incentives I think are questionable. It's not the reason I'm going to be buying it. I just want all the content because I am excited for this game. So when there are things that I could get only through that means, it kind of makes sense to me. But like I said, that's coming from somebody who's very excited for the game. So I want, talking for myself, and I feel like a lot of people, I want everything that the game's going to have. But yeah, the boosts and stuff, I don't need it. It's welcome, because like I said, I don't have as much time as a lot of people to play the game. And the cash for GTA 5 is useless to me. I'm not going to be playing GTA 5 unless it's game of the month and that pops up sometime. So maybe I'll use it then. But even when I was playing Grand Theft Auto online, there's a while there where a bunch of fake money got made and got circulated, and they put an end to it, but they let everybody keep that money. So the game's already kind of fucked in what people were able to buy. Like Patrick had like 5 million, and he kept it, and he bought a bunch of stuff wherever after that happened. And I was just like, well, everything's fucked now. Everybody just has a shitload of money, and there's no progression anymore. So the idea of getting, they're just giving, the game's been out forever now, but they're giving out like 2 million or whatever. I'm just like, if I ever play it again, I'll use it. But other than that, it's not a reason for me to buy that. So I think I'm probably going to pick up the Ultimate just because we got people in the community who are picking it up. It'll give me something new. I can pick it up and I can talk about it when we talk on the show and tell you, yeah, it wasn't fucking worth it. I'm pissed. Or I can go, yeah, it's cool. So it'll give us different perspectives, although it is $100. That's fucking steep. It also is interesting, too, that they really emphasize the digital versions. It's like they don't want to give you those 2 discs. They're pissed that they even had to do it because like the digital versions give you extra shit.
I also think the industry as a whole is trying to get people away from physical.
Yeah. So. No, I feel it too. It's less production on their part, less money they're spending.
More protection on their part as well.
Yeah, a bunch of reasons for that. So it's really interesting to see that there's like, you can buy the physical one, but I don't know why you would, because the digital has extra shit no matter what version you get.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to say streaming's the future. As much as I hate the idea of it because I like owning things. I mean, it's going to be streaming.
Well, that's been a big thing, and I was talking with Wade and a couple other different people about this. Is like I want to buy this physically, but digital has extra stuff, and it also gets the game in my hands faster. There's no line, as he said in that video. I can play it as soon as it drops, even though I'll probably be at work as soon as it drops. It'll probably drop 9 p.m. here, but yeah, it'll be installed already and ready to go when I get home. So, and I think it's coming out on Friday too, which is kind of nice. So it is coming out Friday, which is kind of nice. So I'll have the whole weekend to play that. But I'm really excited for it. Like I said, probably picking up the Ultimate Edition. I think that kind of settled it for me. A big thing I was curious about is what the fuck the middle one was, and I just don't see the point in buying that unless that's all you can afford, and that's fine. So
yeah,
2 standards and an Ultimate coming right up. Bunch of fucking money getting spent this month. Anything else you guys want to say on that?
Probably be next month, but yeah.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, where are you landing when it comes to the additions? If you're one of the 4 people on the planet who are not excited and not picking this game up, let me know why. But if you are one of the many who are picking this game up, which edition are you picking up and why? How do you feel about them? Are you picking up the standard because you just want to play the fucking game, be done with it, play the multiplayer? You're getting access to all of it. Are you picking up the ultimate because you want to get all the juicy morsels? Do you want that boost? Is that something that you're buying for? I really want to kind of dive in on why people are buying these, because we kind of had an interesting conversation on, why people would even pick this up. Are you picking up the $80 one? I keep forgetting what it's called because I'm not interested in it. And are you picking up the collector's fucking box? And if you're not, but you still have interest in it, let me know what your thinking is when it comes to that. Does that seem cool to you? Do you want that fucking puzzle? You're going to glue it and put it on your wall and be like, I made this.
It's two-sided.
They got to pick the best one. You got to pick the best one. That's good for this episode of TasteCast. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check me out on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word. And Chris is also on Twitch at Tasty_fruit. Hit the notification button to know when we go live. I also dual stream, so you can watch us right fucking here if you don't want to go to Twitch. I know the communities are completely different. We are on podcast platforms, iTunes, Spotify, and everything else under the fucking sun. You can go down in the links below, click those, listen to us. And if you're listening to us and you want to watch us, you're like, you know what? I found this on iTunes, and I'd really like to see what these fuckers look like. You can find us.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
We look like we're from a very specific coast.
Yeah. Yeah. The north one. You can find us on YouTube at Tasty Loot Gaming. And we have a Discord down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. Link down below. I spent about 35 minutes last night. I went out drinking and with some friends, and somebody asked about the Discord. They're like, oh, you have a Discord? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, send me an invite. And I spent like 35 minutes trying to figure that out. So it's my Discord. And I'm just like, I don't know how this works. And I'm asking people in the Discord. I'm like, how do I send an invite? And Psycho's like, oh, this is how you do it. I'm like, wait, what? And they sent me some more info. I'm like, oh, okay. And then we figured it out. It worked.
It probably would have been quicker to just had them go to a YouTube video and click the link.
It was easy. They're like right at the top. There's just a button for it.
Yeah.
I was drunk. So, I mean, that's my only excuse. I figured I would have figured it. Like, even drunk, I looked, I'm like, that's stupid. Why didn't I see that? Shit was a little blurry. It was a fun night, though. But yeah, fucking join the Discord. You can talk to us. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Until next episode, which will be Tuesday for Taste Tuesday. We're 1 week away, guys. I know a lot of you guys are really fucking excited, and I'll never hear from you guys again. But until then, have a great week, guys, and take it easy.